desk. They didn't seem too fond of it. Where do you sit on that scale?
It's a little bit questionable with Lori going onto the sky. I still do like the stage though. I think the stage,
you don't mind the stage.
in tandem with the Astra wall, stage wall coming in after. Interesting things can happen, but the sky doesn't find quite as much value as, say, like a breach, as Kakuko was saying on the desks. But Lori, I mean, she has such a spectacular map one. If she's able to set her teammates up in Sonder with those long-range birds, hey, maybe they can make some magic happen. Smurfette is so aggressive to start.
Sonder looks dead to rights, but Benny still gets the trade. But there's layers to this. There is further aggression to be coming in, and Guild instantly answering back from map one. They don't want to go quietly. They don't want to whimper out of this matchup. There is a fight to be had here. Now, looking at what remains, it's the B side. They're trying to go for Roxy. It wasn't pretty, but it gets the job done in the end. And actually, the flash doesn't quite find Purchase perfectly enough that they could capitalize on it. So Lori now left a little uncomfortable here. Chip damage on Roxy. Okay, fair enough. You're not going to feed anymore, are you? You're not going to needlessly go for this. Lori has so little to achieve in this, sadly for herself, considering where that spike is. Does have the flash now going back up, fakes it, gets a little bit of room, and just can continue working this down. I think we all know that this feels more like a formality. If Lori proves me wrong, I will, don't know, I guess I've got to buy Rebellion t-shirt. But yeah, all good in the end. Shut down, 3 standing for Guild.
All good indeed. I love the aggression coming out for Guild right from the start. It was a little bit lacking in map 1 from the start. They started adjusting a little bit later. Smurfette does not want to mess around. She completely capitalized off that early utility that Anya sought to set her up for to get this A main control.
Yep.
And beautiful shots for Anya as well.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried when I saw how committed they were to that aggression, but then seeing that there was that support system coming in through sewer with the 2 players, absolutely fine with it. As long as there is like another step to it, all good for me. So we dive back into the second round here, and let's look at the purchase. It is, well, classics. And a shotty for Sonder. So this should be pretty much just a kind of feel out the map, get a little bit of a grip of the game here, see if you can get away with a little bit of damage. That'd be ideal, but tricky to make work, especially when you're going to have, you know, KJ's utility there. You're going to have a whole lot to try and work through. Same with Astra as well. It's very hard to find any sort of surprise, and a heavier lean towards mid, towards C. Completely understandable considering you're up against pistols.
Interested to see how much value Sonder's going to get out of this shorty on the attack of all things. She's got 2 satchels, so I mean,
hey,
things could happen, but
I've seen stranger things. Now, will I see it here? Probably not. They're going to try and make as best they can, but here's that utility being a problem. Off the back of the contact, you have the breach utility put into play as well. So there are kind of, as we consistently say, layers to it. There's always a reaction. There it is. There's the value.
No.
Sonder is going to be loving that. Didn't think he'd get much for it, but does push and pull enough that draws them away. Now Claudia's in danger. Going to be surrounded by 3 players coming towards her, but fights out towards long. Wins it, and the support's there. Anya gets around in time, but KP has to fall away now.
And look at the B site. All those distractions that A has completely opened that up. Oh no, Roxy gets caught out with the timing. Lori's going to be able to secure this. Spike should go down. And this dog from Lori after the plant, I mean, she's going to be able to set up somebody. Sonder should be following that, taking over that C-Link.
This is huge. They've actually made a round of this. Now, whether or not they can hold the post is a different ordeal altogether. KP did get the Spectre, and still that shorty on Sonder, so there is a chance of damage. Paint Shell still into play as well, and Ness may be able to play one, but Ness gonna find Sonder, and KP left to their own devices. Got the double before, but only one this time. And Claudia will be there to secure it. It got way more dangerous than it should have been.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, Smurfette overheating just a little bit. She smelled the ecos. She wanted those eeks, and she gets absolutely punished. I mean, Sonder almost got away with, what, 2.5 kills?
Yep.
1.5 kills this round? That should have never happened. So, I mean, for Shopify, they're absolutely thrilled with this round. Claudia absolutely saving the day with that double kill as well.
The bonus is going to be way less potent for Guild.
They're broke. They're so broke.
What do they do?
Okay,
Smurfette, come on.
This is not a bonus. They've got to fully invest.
Yeah, it's absolutely not. They've got very little. Ness has the ghost full armor. You've got, it's just scrappy by all accounts. So do they get aggressive to try and compensate? Potentially. See Smurfette happy to challenge early here. Dangerous playstyle, but could have maybe paid off. But this deep default not really allowing much of that play.
I do like how active Smurfette is being on the map. First she went sniffing towards that garage. Now she's inserted long plat C. Roxy getting a lot of contact here.
Whoa.
Beautiful flash coming out from Anya.
And this is some of the brilliance of Anya, though. Kind of those unsung heroes to a degree, but Roxy again, I think might have just seen a barrel backing away potentially there from Flowerful. But they've held off that first wave. And remember, circumventing a little bit of this default is the fact they've been able to post up Smurfette all the way down towards C. They can leave her there to her own devices as long as they can hold Garage. They can keep an eye towards B, and that looks like where Shopify Rebellion are eyeing up.
Oh, this play towards B might make Smurfette white, but oh, the timing is everything for her. Able to punish Benita, and Shopify don't even get the spike down at B.
They weren't committing to it fully. The wall got broken anyway. They backed away, maybe hoping that C was going to be the end goal, but Smurfette still standing. Catches KP as well. And that's a spike, yes, recovered, but it was dropped. They know what their plan was now. You can see Anya on the case just around this corner. Nest there as well. Going to catch out Laurie. And it's Flowerful left in the ruin of what this round could have been. They were on a broken buy, and if they can keep 3 alive for Guild, this is good for them going forward. You do not want to lose any more players in this, but obviously for Shopify Rebellion, they need something. They need a miracle at this point. 8 seconds and a dream for Flowerful. It ain't happening. Guild, that's 3. And they navigate past what could have been a very dicey round there.
Yeah, that's got a sting for Shopify as well, because it was dicey indeed. I mean, the weaponry was just not there for Shopify, but the fact that, man, the mobility coming out. We mentioned the fact that Smurfette started the round in mid, ended the round towards long C, and I thought all that pressure towards B would make her crack, but she's disciplined. She is fully aware, and that is such good signs coming out for Guild to be able to have those quick comms, communications coming through, and your players being able to react perfectly to it.
Yeah, and with this buy coming in for Shopify Rebellion, I'm not holding out as much hope. Yes, they got, you know, they got under the skin a little bit in those first couple of rounds, but now the stability starts to hit. Guild should have that full set of utility, full armor, weaponry looking pretty. Even Smurfette actually down to 5 HP this early on.
A lot of damage. Smurfette's wishing this guy was on her squad right now.
Here.
Looks like Shopify wanna test their luck towards this B. The Sage Wall last time around, you mentioned it, Lauren, got broken immediately. This time, she tries to the left side this time instead.
Oh, Ness, I thought she was on for 3 of them back to back there. Sonda barely alive, and Anya just instantly pouring the utility in to maybe deny any quick, I guess, springboard off the back of the pick towards Ness. So re-exploring to try maybe garner a plot. See an open fight for Anya, but still rides out the blast pack and is just fine for staying alive. Even though it did look a little bit chaotic, they kept composure.
Good response, denying that plant as well. No extra money on the board for Shopify. And those small moves start to stack up towards the end. We are in round 5. Laurie has the jellies. Now they are 1 off away from the reds. I expect Shopify to slow things down here, be able to push back the defenders and make some sort of exec happen. I know Skies usually always like to go out towards that grass, have those jellies go out, split the map, and follow whichever has the less.
Let's see if that's the case. Quick flash towards middle. Flowerful leading the way as well. So looks like they might want to challenge towards Garage here. There is still that utility to clear, which they should be very aware of now. Testing that a couple of times and now spotting out Roxy too. So they've got a good concept of where at least Roxy is, but there are 3 players leaning towards the C side. And there's the aggression on the other side of the map, so a tricky fight wherever they take this. Now, if they do start exploring towards A, they're, as I said, pushed up already, taking so much space, and you have Smurfette here.
Exactly, the crossfire between Smurfette gets contact, and now it's Claudia's turn. Ultimate's going to be expended as well.
2 players noticed. They still know they are not all present here. They do need to keep their players split across the map. They cannot fully commit the rotation, even though the spike might have been seen dropping out of the player's hand. So what options do they explore now? Where do they look?
A little bit of a kneecap showing there for Benita. A lot of damage, and that's a nice shot. Ness gets taken out. Only 2 defenders here. The Sky ultimate has been used. Benita's trying to wait, allow those to catch up to her. Look at the rotations.
Still go for C?
Everyone's rotating.
Okay, they're still looking towards that B site.
30 seconds left.
Plant going to be pretty uncontested here. Yeah, this is fine. Plant's in. You happy with that? Tommy only really noting the player on the way out at this point. They cleared the site, but this is a deeper post plant. They are set up on those back lines. I wonder if Guild can maybe pry them out of these positions.
Smurfette still has 2 smokes left, but that's about it. Claudia's gonna try to allow some info play here to get the spike tapped. Are they gonna get half?
Massive pick towards Anya. That's now the garage.
She's
Denied
taking
away.
it.
Roxy stayed on that one. The paint shell came in. Smurfette dives towards it and will lose a life for it. Shopify Rebellion. Answer back in kind. First one on the board here in map 2.
Guild making a quick play there to just completely stick it. I thought they were just gonna go for half, get off the spike, and really try to secure that, but tries to get away with a lot more than they wanted, and Shopify is able to finally convert that one. And I like the start of that round, right? A lot of pressure towards that A main, then seesawing back towards C long, and that allows that B site to then be clear. So good mobility here for Shopify to finally get their first round on the board.
Now we did see Claudia's ult coming in for Guild. The others are very much on the precipice of coming up and being available for use. Same for Sonda, Benita, Flowerful, and of course KP's got theirs. So a couple of options here, but Smurfette back to the aggressive business. Falling away, and Claudia going to try and keep her safe. Flash did follow, but there's that res. Invested from KP to back up to 5 apiece.
The position here for Flowerful is so strong. Just kind of waiting for anyone to come back and re-clear mid. She does have to take care of this Killjoy utility in middle. And right now, things have just slowed down. No one's gotten picked. Thankfully, Benita was, as you say, able to get that res off, but still, A main control for Claudia. Smurfette is just inserted. She's got all the line of sight. Another hand at B here.
Yeah, they're still liking this, but they've got players. They've got numbers this time. KP and Co do get slowed down. Laurie's still going to land the shot, but it's Anya. Quick to business, quick to work, and quick to take down 2. KP is slaughtered, and now Flowerful needs to bail them out with a couple here. Get under the skin, get in their faces. 2 more players present on the B side itself, and Smurfette en route. Benny's flank could be divine, but now the timing. Gonna lose some of that validity to it. Already you're seeing Smurfette consider this, and rightly so. They probably considered and found Benita earlier on. So they've got to know this was a chance. Smurfette reads it well, and Guild back in control.
Anya, what a response. Just an immediate reaction, popping the ultimate, popping the drill, completely single-handedly denying the plant. And we've been seeing her, right? I mean, Breach is one of those agents that is very difficult to shift between becoming that duelist and becoming that support, always having that fault line out and supporting your mates. But Anya, we've seen her time again, just W King. She's in there, man. She wants to get involved, and she completely denies that B plant.
Yeah, Anya's an incredibly impressive player. It's very easy to see your Smurfettes or see your Roxys, but Anya is the one that does support a lot of these approaches. And Sonda this time getting away unscathed. There's been a switch up. We're seeing the turret invested over towards A as well. Let's see the alarm now note that the player has made quick progress here. Now this is a half buy, but Laurie does have that rifle, so don't think it's without complete danger. But they have an A site on pretty much for free here.
Yeah, and you saw Roxy just completely leaving that. She's got the ultimate up.
Looks real ready.
Yeah, I mean, Sondra might be able to break it if she has some incredible showstopper lineup, but Roxy's just gonna pop that down. This should be a hectic retake.
Yeah, KP gonna be locked towards the site here. Gonna be brutal to try and get away from.
Oh,
and had no idea. Claudia making the most of that. The C's just removing some of that capability. Flowerful in so much danger. The poor on utility as well. Tap on the spike, has to TP away. Second tap goes in. Divide's about to go up, but they're losing bodies. Sonda's found Anya. This is still looking pretty okay for Shopify Rebellion if they can get towards the plant. The pop of the ult gets sent in, finds no one. Time's starting to dwindle, though. They're going to start running out of it. Laurie's position gets checked. Great work from Roxy. And now they're scrambling. They're trying to do what they can. The defuse going to carry on as Roxy on guard duty. Keeps that scoreline very favorable right now.
Layers, the layers that Guild have ready for this retake to happen. Not only did they look completely in control and Roxy was A-okay with just leaving the site, the fault line to follow through, the slash, the smoke, the Astra wall to completely deny any sort of securing this post. Roxy perfectly positioned as well. That looked a little too easy for Guild. I mean, I thought that the pressure was going to be on. I thought this retake was going to be incredibly difficult, but they make that look so clean.
They certainly do. I was with you as well, and there was a little bit of chip damage coming in from, like, I think it was like a stinger. I was like, okay, there's some danger in the post plant, but yeah, apparently not. A lot of utility invested for that, and considering I mean, it's hard to look at silver lining when you're starting to sit at like a 6-1 scoreline. You look at, yeah, okay, well, they used a lot of, you know, the ults coming through there. The divide did come up. We had, you know, the lockdown from Roxy. Roxy's already got, you know, pretty close to getting that back online, so that's no harm, no foul. But I guess, yeah, I don't want to look at silver lining when you're at 6-1. I'm not going to start talking about, you know, maybe drawing out some of those ultimates when you still need to start doing damage on that board, getting those rounds in your favor. Yes, they have been close, but I do want to see more. What's the plan coming out from old Robbie Wiz there? He's going through the options, but I do need to see in the server. And this is one thing I did worry about, right? Because Pearl was never a huge map for Guild. Yes, they had played it in the past, and they put up a great performance against Shopify Rebellion. But now looking at Icebox as well, one of the home maps that I always thought was very, very solid for Guild. They were able to push G2 there as well. That's been one of the kind of strongholds for them there. And Haven did sit in their favor. This is why I was worried that this could be that 1-2 scoreline. I want to see a reply from Shopify, and I need to see it soon.
Shopify are gonna need to try to default a little bit faster. I think they need to try to take care of this Killjoy utility earlier than later. And you can see that Flowerful is doing just that, going into the garage. Takes care of that. Vault Line's going to allow Claudia to re-aggress and re-clear. 3 members of Shopify just on the other side. Anya might have a flash out ready to just react.
Do this, Claudia. Great trade. What a snap towards Anya. No right to find that player in the window. Now Smurf in a world of trouble. Pinch comes in. Benita makes her appearance and presence noted. And it's all perfect. It's all roses right now for Shopify Rebellion. Lovely answer back after that timeout.
Exactly what Shopify needed. They've got the site now. Roxy's going to try to test her luck. If she's able to find some sort of a kill, the retake should be on. So blind across the board. And Lori, what an absolute round. She didn't miss a single bullet. Not a single bullet.
Nope, I hope we get a replay on that second kill on Anya, because the first was like, okay, fair enough. That was, you know, a noted player, probably a good trade. And then the adjustment to window was just like, okay. Must be nice.
The timing for Benita here as well to catch Smurfette off guard. You know, we talked about Smurfette being down in that long C hubby multiple times. Benita looking completely aware. That is a solid timeout for the squad. Finally, a round in which Shopify looked to be in control. We'll see if they're able to replicate it into this one. Healthy purchase. Smurfette going for another quick peek out of that garage.
Yeah, really bold, and did catch a glimpse of one. I'm pretty sure at least seeing Lori, but they're smoking up just at the time to deny that, and they fall back to a more standardized hold. But you are seeing a lot of faith put in towards Roxy here to hold towards A long. No support system there. We have seen Anya in the past leaning over quickly to try and give them a way out, and that's a player scene. So Roxy now should be well aware of what's coming her way. Maybe not in the numbers she might expect, but could be on the chopping block, could be in a world of trouble.
Biding her time, Anya and Roxy, the synergy between these two have been so spot on. Flowerful. We'll see if, I think she could hear the turret from here. She absolutely can. So she's just waiting her time. And once again, this garage pressure coming through here from Shopify.
The turn from the Prowler in the end. So they do know that there is still that exploration towards middle.
I think she spotted 2 players. Yeah, Shopify, they spotted the 2 players. They saw Smurfette on that edge with that operator.
30 seconds left.
This is a dangerous game, but that's a spike.
Oh, boy.
Flash to the face. Roxy is fully blinded, but you've got 20 seconds to make this work. Flowerful bullies out Anya, and it's a race towards the side, but do they commit? It looks like Ness wants to try and deny the cross. What a shot! Takes out Flowerful, and now at 10 seconds, the site is not safe. Laurie with a great pick towards CT, though, trying to deny it. Claudia dives on in, gets the tag, but not the frag, and Sonda's still alive. Ness now in the 1v1. And timing is everything, 67 HP. Have you got any idea they could be on the other side here? And slowly they work around the side. Sonda timing on their side. Somehow they get across the line.
That is exactly what Shopify needed. Saunders stepping up huge exactly when they needed it. I mean, she was flying. She flew out from short A with the satchel. Able to convert, man, and Guild had so much control in this round. The entirety of the round, A main was completely theirs, but somehow Lori just forcing the issue, forcing that trade, and making sure Roxy gets taken out. Able to buy some space for Sonder to just let her work her magic. And that's gotta feel good for Sonder. Finally, a little bit of a lifeline here for Shopify. 2 rounds in a row.
And they've broken the money. Finally, they have absolutely broken the economy. Yes, There is those ults to depend on if they feel that the timing is right, but Claudia going to try and just stay. Oh, no, did get seen. Sonder turns in time. And now there's more pressure. They are trying to pour this on, and the play comes in. The pinch only going to pay off for one player, and it's chaotic. It's a little dramatic, but it's 4 alive, and Shopify closing the gap now.
That was a W key rush. You know what?
Yep.
They're broke, guys. Let's keep this one real simple. Let's just take long C.
Yeah, rush C, no stop.
They're able to come out on top of that one. And you know, when you start to see that the flankers are able to actually punish the players coming out sniffing out of that long A extremity or coming outside of that B, when those punishes happen, you start to be able to mid-round. And even though that was a complete full-on rush for Shopify, they were able to have that option as a secondary if that initial hit didn't work. So starting to see finally, coming alive, warming up into the second half. Guild, Smurfette, another operator in hand.
If they get past this round, they have denied it against the full purchase. All the odds, but they don't check finesse. This time, gets away with daylight robbery. It's Thunder and KP going down. Good trades though, so it is still a 3v3. Seeker's gonna come in. That's gonna be Anya's ult, gonna come on through, deny the plant, so that's still contested. But Anya making quick pace of it, trying to challenge a little through by CT, but has to respect it in the end, as Benny starting to wind up that flank, looking like she wants to strike from the back line. Oh no! Benny makes a meal of it, and Guild will devour Shopify that time. That's unfortunate. That could have been a huge bit of impact.
Perfect timing, perfect positioning, but unable to convert. What a flick as well for Smurfette. And you're absolutely right, Anya. She didn't want to mess around, man. If she didn't get slowed there from that smoke, she would have completely just pre-took it on her own. But Shopify, they get punished. You know, it worked a little bit too easily on that anti-eco. They wanted to take it down again on that aggressive push. Last round of the half, I don't think Shopify is going to be able to afford to take it that fast this time. Things are going to slow down. KP wants that res in hand.
Yeah, that's back into play. That's a huge ult to have. And Roxy taking a little bit of flak damage at the start, down to 42 HP, so won't be feeling as good on this hole. But a quick rotation, they are pulling Anya around towards the C site so early on off that contact, but it looks like a B piece hit. Dealing quickly with utility set into place by Roxy, so once comes back from Anya, going to slow the roll.
Job done here for Shopify. Sonder went, took care of that Killjoy utility. Now, gonna test her luck in this garage. This is a lot of ult. She's not slowing down.
Sonder, this is maybe insane, but it works out. Still gonna find Roxy somehow. And I think the lockdown came in just at the same time. They just got destroyed as well. So at this point, 4v4, but the res is there for KP. So if they feel like they can work towards that C side, that is still in the pocket. A little messy, but it gets across the line for Flowerful and giving them the advantage of 4-3.
Flowerful gets healed up as well. Definitely the benefit of having 2 healing agents on your squad. If Ness is able to catch a glimpse, and she did, she absolutely saw a shoulder. The communications are going to come through for her squad. 20 seconds left on the clock.
Still has the divide if they feel they've got the time for it, but timing is everything. 18 seconds now. Ness, can you play this? Can you be the hero that your team needs? The flash was on the back of the side, not towards the smoke. And between Anya and Ness, they make it count, leaving Flowerful in a world of trouble. Guild giving themselves a little bit of a buffer towards the end of this half.
Oh man, just the fact that Ness was able to catch that little glimpse. I mean, with so little time left on the clock, process of elimination, you can surely bet that C will be the site that they commit to. If Shopify didn't get spotted, I think this round absolutely looks different, but what a dominant first half here for Guild.
Yeah, I would want to kind of put in a little bit of that context of, you know, the pistol round going the way it did as well, and a couple other aspects, but you're absolutely right. They course-corrected at the end. It got very much a close affair. Shopify had the answers for a while, but they need a whole lot more as they sit on 4 rounds. Desk, what do you make of it?
Well, I tell you what, as of right now, it feels a little bit like deja vu, but also it's been another scrappy game from both of these two teams. And Athena, I mean, right out of the gate, you can already see that, like, there it feels like when Shopify win a round, they win it decisively. But when they lose, it feels like everything crumbles around them. Like there's no chance for recovery in these rounds.
Yeah, I mean, again, like with Shopify, when they win a round, you can tell that they're kind of like doing it in a way of their own. And with Guild, they're just playing this map to their comfort picks. And so I actually want to talk about a round here to kind of touch up about these picks that they are doing. And that's the Breach and Killjoy. So we're coming into round 3 here, and you actually see the Killjoy trap with an alarm bot here. And Breach is just sitting here with the flash ready. Immediately they get the pick and they fall off. And small little traps like that makes me believe that the reason that Guild did so well on this defense side is because they're so comfortable with these agents, and they're able to bring that across the board. I mean, we saw it in Pearl as well, so I wonder how they're going to bring that forward.
Yeah, totally. But on the side of utility, as you mentioned, I feel like Guild had a quick trigger, a very sensitive one, because we saw them burning utility over and over, time and time again. And watch out, because especially in the late round, especially when Shopify is deciding to go C at the end of the round, you're not going to have much, and you're literally going to have to talk about duels. So looking ahead, what can we expect of the next half? Because knowing that Shopify Rebellion has the Raze, you know, the extra mobility, and also the Sage, we thought that maybe precisely because they start on this attack, they would have, you know, more props to get in the rounds. But moving ahead, we know that Smurfette playing on the Jet is going to be something that they need to shut down, and their biggest slow in power is going to reside on Sage.
Yeah. Well, by the way, to the person saying I'm the best Brimstone player alive, how dare you? As the resident Boomerstone. Okay, I don't appreciate that. I'm kidding, of course. I'm terrible. But yeah, you know, you're right. Like I was just expecting a little bit more oomph from the composition of the attack from Shopify Rebellion. Guild, they're popping off.
Now they need to be extra aggressive, maybe on some part of the map, to gather that extra information. Because remember, they're only playing with the sky. That's all of the sources that they're gonna have with information. Again, you know, I think that if you have the Race in the chamber, you cannot have the Sage. Like, you cannot have it all. Okay, you can only pick 5 agents.
All right, well, let's see if lightning strikes twice here for Shopify. Send it back over to the casters.
Yeah, thank you. 8-4. It is now going to be very much up in the air. Shopify Rebellion need that good start here, or we start eyeing up map 3. The score feels so much closer in this if you don't pick up that pistol, or if you do for the other side. So for now, Smurfette finding Flowerful instantly.
Yeah, Flowerful had such advantageous positioning, but a little bit of a whiff shot, and power numbers for Guild able to convert that one. This is a fast garage split.
Yeah, they are not slowing down for anything. They want that plant. They want it about 30 seconds ago. So yeah, spike in. No stress there, Smurfette. Leading by example, wants to get back into the battle of it all. Here's the drop and takes the player. Good trades though. Anya going to take down KP as well. So nothing going favorably for Shopify Rebellion without an answer. And Benita getting warded away. Laurie's still there and had a belting first half, but gets no opportunity. And they already seen Benita, so should be well aware. And will just fizzle out in this round. 9-4. This could be a very quick half.
Simple, straightforward for Guild, and the power of Killjoy coming through. You know, Roxy might be a little boring for her this game because she's just required, her responsibility is the flank, but that flex, that having that luxury of never have to worry about who's creeping up behind you at all times, it's great for the attack side of Guild. So Roxy's just securing the back lines and even able to ping pong and react in that garage. So beautiful stuff for Guild. Nice cool control as well. And another shorty coming out for Sonder. On the defense this time. If she was able to get 1.5 kills last time, we'll see what she's able to do this. No one's gonna mess with her though.
No, I think Roxy is on kind of backline duty again. We'll have a lot of pressure coming her way, but now we'll be...
Oh, they heard it.
Yeah, they'll be so aware that there's a whole lot of players here. Baited in a little.
No!
Yeah, baited in by that. And wanted to take a glimpse, and actually now there's a couple of issues here, but a deeper hold coming out as well. Smurfette just gets straight to CT. Already going to note the rotation there, but they know that there could be someone coming up, you know, towards C long, could be through B. There could be plenty of problems with that. Actually, a flash, if anything, does tell you more players will be coming through from that CT side.
Decisive map control for Guild. Ooh. Oh, that's a quick one for Sonder. They're making this one quite expensive for Guild. Should be A-okay though. Nice crossfire at least.
Okay.
And able to recover. Things got dicey. Yeah, I actually... I really like that bait from Sonder. You know, she's like, come get me, guys. Shoots a few bullets, and Roxy obliged.
There it is. This should be I don't want to say an even buy. It's actually going to be substantially better for Shopify Rebellion. So keep in mind, if this gets converted for Guild, I'm saying go next. I'm calling it where it is. This is going to be one of the rounds that could be pretty defining, pretty quick to call it. 10-4 as it stands. That would put them, of course, on 11 for Guild. And they actually have a fairly decent purchase here. Smurfette could just ride it out on the knives, potentially. Decides not to, wants the rifle. Maybe lean on that later.
It looks like she wants to replicate the pistol once again. Both her and Fade applying the pressure front B, taking care of this Sage wall, and burning this much utility early is certainly going to help things on the attack. They hear the chamber trip as well.
Yeah, they've got a fair amount of information, and this does then put the pressure towards Benita, tuck towards the back of Plat. One towards CT, that's KP. And KP having a quiet first half. Could be a chance to make up for it here, but Claudia getting right behind enemy lines, and the timing could have been atrocious for her, but actually Smurfette still being such a nuisance. Does not know about KP just yet, now does. KP playing this really well. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Could have done with some more there, but Claudia overwhelms and actually wants to fight towards CT. It ain't done yet. I thought they might have had this one finally in the bag, but there's still a fight left in Guild. Spike on the way. That's going to go down, and we're in a 3v3.
Claudia just repositioning as well. It looks like Guild don't want to play onto the site, and they've got really nice utility for this post. Molotovs and that Asher util.
Oh, it's a really tough
She's
situation.
trying to find, oh, she got it.
Yeah, okay, so Flaffle's at least taken one of the pieces of utility down. There was another time buyer there. Claudia on the swing, and Ness. Now, around the world, we see Roxy go, but when do they consider it? Claudia does need to make sure they find the fight on this one, because now the time is going to be of the problem of the essence. And Laurie and Sonder in unison. Get them up to 5. It was a bonus, but it was a well-invested bonus from Guild.
Squad up, protect me. I'm defusing the spike. Get in front of me, body block, do whatever you can. Shopify are able to convert that one. Guild are playing with such confidence right now. Every decision that they're making is very decisive. Granted, that was their bonus. Be a little bit more loosey-goosey on that. I'll be curious to see how they approach this one.
I mean,
Smurfette's got the
their money is
knives.
ass.
Yeah, it's not the greatest, but you know what? This is when you're a little bit more free and loose, right? I mean, it looks like Smurfette wants to capitalize off this fault line and those knives. She's getting into long A, but no one's there.
Yeah, no one wants to play to the tune. Smurfette just going to hold this down for a while. You can see the Prowler working through onto it. That's going to be on Claudia.
Them down.
Having a nightmare herself. We'll pretend we didn't see it. Don't worry, that was all intentional.
Oh,
my God, how is Smurfette got here? I do not know how she got that far up and didn't get checked on. You can see the quick pop flashes to check if anyone else was following. No one else is there, so this is all a bit of a curious round. Way more success than necessary. I'm curious about Roxy and Benita here. Yeah, on the other side, that's a judge though. So, should be a one fight there for Benita.
You say that. We'll see what the discipline looks like here. She's definitely going to get baited out. I mean, she's going to want to take care of Roxy, figure out exactly how many numbers are in this mid area, whether they have a main control still or not. Roxy's in such a power position. The rest of Guild are taking over this A site.
Should see at least 2. Okay, 2 players seen. That's huge information.
Oh, Benita's flanking Roxy.
What can Roxy do here? Roxy still standing. Roxy's not dead.
Wait.
Didn't turn around. Just paid no mind to the fact that there was a judge in the back. And we do have the ult on Anya now. So do not forget that. Only the Sheriff to play with, but still is Claudia and Ness standing at the time on their side. 5 players against them. The ult gets popped as well. Coming out from Raze. Sends it, finds Claudia. Trade comes out from Ness, but Laurie, right position, right time. 2 big kills and shot by Rebellion. Not out of it yet. Laurie will drag them kicking and screaming back into this game.
Yeah, Laurie has been just an absolute monster in map 1 and continuing it on into here, map 2. And again, decisive, the fearlessness, just flying out of that heaven to make sure she's good for those trades.
Reloading.
And Guild had every opportunity to be able to convert this one, right? But Benita being able to, again, sniff out that information. She needed to figure out exactly how many numbers were in that mid area to allow the rest of her teammates to properly rotate and be in the right spot at the right time. So good information seeking for Benita. And they're able to convert once again.
Okay, hey, they're
the
giving
money,
themselves
Lauren.
a little path here.
A little bit of a comeback, maybe? Benita's feeling good.
Okay, relax, relax. It's 10-6. And there's Smurfette on the site again. Smurfette, if she started landing some of these, I don't know how she's... Okay, this is just chaos. It shouldn't be a problem. They're fine. It was a little bit of madness, but it's all good in the end. So Shopify Rebellion do make it 7. Yeah, Smurfette is somehow getting on these sides, just can't get a singular kill for it. But at this point, we have the buyback in. This is what I'm looking at. You have Claudia 1-off, I think, and Roxy 1-off. On the other side, you still have Laurie there with hers, Benita as well. So a couple of ults starting to cycle through. This is the big buy. This is, okay, now this is the one. If Shopify Rebellion are able to get the best here of Guild, then I'm back on board. Then I see that they can close the gap. Then I actually see it coming in on those big buy rounds, none of those shoddy, bonuses or anything. No, this is the big one. So this is where it could be the difference maker. Let's see what Shopify Rebellion actually have for us here. A massive opportunity for them to potentially close this scoreline up.
Look, it's looking very similar to what we saw on the pistol round. Smurfette and the Fade poking and prodding in front of this B. They want to take care of the utility once more. And you're right, Smurfette, the dashing in has been a little bit discombobulated with the rest of the squad, but I love how dedicated Smurfette has been to the cause. She gets Claudia in the opening, and the B site should be Guild.
Huge. That could have been a huge ult for Claudia. I don't know if she wants to go for it yet. You can see Anya's there anyway, but Laurie a little ahead of it. There it is, and they're chasing this one down. Laurie has to back away. Smurfette hunts down Flowerful. Laurie's in a while. The danger spikes on the way towards B. This looks like the plan. Looks like Guild are very much in line this time. KP and Benita. KP smoked off for now, spammed away at. And Benny taking the time. Spots one, nice, quick towards Anya, clean, doesn't lose a point of HP. Needs to get past Claudia though. And that angle hard to clear without giving yourself away towards Smurfette potentially. And there it is, Executioner. Claudia started things off so well. And now Benny, position considered. It's all just being piled on! Got 2. Not the 3rd or 4th. It's 11 for Guild now.
Guild, decisive maneuvers once again coming through, and yeah, I mean, every move that they made, Claudia, you saw her immediate reaction, busting out that Fade ultimate, holding on to it again. They've got all the information they need, and as they should, right? When Smurfette, your duelist, is being so dedicated to taking all the space that she can, opening up the map, I mean, you've got a lot of breathing room for Guild, so I'd be happy if that was my duelist.
Yeah, look, doing the job that's necessary now. This is the first one in a while that's looked quite clean for Guild, to be fair. I think that's a fair assessment. The other times it's been Shopify Rebellion very much holding on to this game. Now they still have enough money in the bank to be able to get a good purchase here. Alt-wise starting to come through with a couple of key components. KP's, for example, and Benny's still there in play. Laurie investing hers last round. So at this point, quick timeout comes in. And rightly so. None called yet for Guild. They feel as though they are still in a good enough position to do this. Tipping those scales back in their favor just at the right time. I think that if Shopify Rebellion did win that key round we were talking about just a moment ago, we would have seen that timeout come in. We'd have seen them maybe look to address something.
Yeah, exactly. And with Shopify Rebellion's composition here, the defense can get quite tricky because when we saw Guild with their comp, they consistently contested this A main. They had Smurfette on that off angle with the operator, and they sometimes had Claudia coming through with that utility as well. For Shopify, they don't have those agents that can go forward, get a pick, and fall back for free, right? They don't got a chamber, they don't got a jet. So getting that A main control with this comp, without a breach, it's so tough. So they're coming up with a different strategy, figuring out exactly how they can actually contest and find some ground, find some sort of map control on the defense.
I do want to see if they get a little curious through middle as well. Seeing a little bit of potential of it again. Benny knows the angles, hitting them. Claudia's one punished on this as well, so we'll have to go in a little blinder than usual towards that C site. A couple of traps there to chip away at Smurfette, but nothing too problematic. Plant will be coming in. We saw some of these ults coming online. Ness utilizing theirs here. Plant has come through, and now we look at the post plant. How safe is this?
Ooh. I like the decision coming out for Ness. You saw that she was contemplating whether to fall off the site or play on it. They're realizing they don't have the full-on utility that they would like to make this post work, so they're staying on the site and they're re-aggressing into Garage.
Flowerful is being watched. Smurfette kept it safe. That could have been 3 players dead, but it certainly wasn't. Smurfette on guard duty. Ness, similar scenes. And the trades are good, but KP it's on anymore. Benita there and Guild crumble. It ain't over yet. 2 of them stand. Diffuse comes in. They're up to 8.
That paint shell from Sonder did so much work in that little corridor of Garage. I loved the re-aggress coming out for Guild, but man, that paint shell completely ruined their day.
And that's 2 massive ults invested, gone as well. Let's have a watch back of this because it was so chaotic for a couple of moments there, but then the 3 back-to-back. Just the timing could not have been better for this.
Last player standing.
There it is. Wow. They are holding on to this game. I mean, 11-8 now. The scoreline is starting to get a little scary. Because this hit, well, it's going to be one hero rifle with Smurfette. The rest on Sheriff's and light armor. So it's nothing to be completely absent-minded about. There is certainly an aspect of danger to it. And trying to deal with that wall early on towards Garage, maybe give them some later options. But they're going to note this now. They're going to know, okay, there are sheriffs out and about. There's a couple of bits and pieces here, but they want to test the waters. They feel like they could challenge Roxy, and maybe you need to remember map 1. What happened there with Roxy?
Oh, no.
And a sheriff, maybe that'll help remind you. But a quick trade out. Benita winning the fight over towards C-Long. Garage control. Spots the pistol. Takes away Claudia. And they're in CT, so there's some really unique positions. KP and Benny will have no idea about this. If they at least try and clear this, which they will, do they go deep enough to find Benny? They do, but it's not clean from Smurfette here. Now there's a fight on their hands. They could have maybe had both if they swung a little deeper. Roxy's lurk could be something to remind yourself with. Benny feeling the pressure, feeling there's no plan here. Benny's on the chopping block. Benny takes out one, takes out you with her. Can she get Smurfette? No. Quick trade, but now a 2v2, and Roxy makes it towards the site.
Lori on the quick flank chamber. Flowerful has got that B control now. After they plant this, Roxy and Smurfette, they're going to want to go for some control. It looks like they're both going to take over this back site area. But the spike, it's not planted for them. Once they take this control, they got to keep going for more.
Yeah, but Roxy's utility should be pretty impactful at this point as well. Reveal the position of Flowerful. There it is. Huge information learned, and they're going to be wondering where the hell they are. The flash comes out towards the back of the site, finds no one. They've got to be second guessing themselves. The paranoia building, but Laurie ain't stopping until then. Oh, Laurie with one! Roxy goes down! And Laurie doesn't know how to lose. And Shopify Rebellion make it up towards 9. It's scrappy again, but it's the closing of the score. It's only a couple of rounds now, and maybe this could be a 2-0.
Scrappy. How the hell did we have 2 attackers ending up in their spawn to flank?
I do not know.
Man, this round was just everywhere. Everywhere. Sandra, you saw her taking over that A main control. I was just talking about how hard it is. Almost giving it away by giving up that first freebie on an anti-eco. So certainly a good recovery for Shopify, but things got a little too close for comfort if you're Shopify. Guild, a healthy purchase, and they want this A main control. They do not want Sonder to have just her way in this area.
Follow-up flash shows there was some commitment towards that push towards A-Long, so maybe sticking around a little longer, committing that wall towards Sewer 2. See another challenge for Claudia to clear. Let's all look through spots, no one close, but these cubbies are quite deep, so has to really spend a couple of seconds. Sonder is on the case here.
What a shot.
Bangs out Claudia. Now you're starting to get worried if you're a Guild fan, because things were looking good. You're like, it's okay, we got map 2, map 3, and then suddenly Shopify Rebellion forget that this was not meant to be a good map for them in the same regard. And okay, Roxy. Okay.
I thought she wanted. There was a slight opportunity for her to maybe get a timing into that A-link. Decides to go and break that chamber trip. That should apply enough. The timing.
Oh, I forgot that Tommy was there. Tommy's on the case. It's all right. We still have the res for KP, and Sonder has their ult too, and they're about to cycle up so many more as well. They're actually in such a power position here, Shopify Rebellion. I'm actually worried for Guild now. Laurie caught looking the wrong way. Has to respect the site has now been taken. So that should be the plan coming in. Don't know how much could deny that here. No, nothing. So plan going to come through. Time's on their side.
Sonder decides to hold on to that paint shell, and that should initiate a proper retake here. They want to buy enough time for Benita to make sure that she's a little bit closer. As I say that, Sonder, she just wants to go.
Just ate the flash though. Sonder has to go a little late on this one. Oh no. Sees no one, but sees the barrel. Takes the life. Ness left buried. Anya looking wounded. Roxy navigated past, left all alone in Sewer to rot. Takes one with her. But the trade from Benny. They are back in the game. It's double digits for Shopify Rebellion, keeping 3 alive, keeping that economy looking healthier and healthier now. And on the other side, I want to see the position the Guild are left in. This could be problems. This could be danger. They could be down to absolutely, Nothing. I don't know what they're going to be left with here to come in with this buy. I hope they can really muster something together. They've got a couple of ults to play with. I'm seeing bits and pieces, but I'm also critically seeing here, Potter, a guild timeout.
Yes, and it's coming right in the nick of time as well. You know, we talked about the fact that this disconnect a little bit slightly from Smurfette entering into the site and the rest of the squad following up. I like the looks, right? Because they're looking for that distraction at short A, and as soon as that contact comes up, Smurfette is dashing through, but she needs a little bit of help, but that's the issue. When you've got a dive agent, it's so tough to catch up with your homie who's already so fast forward. So they've got to be able to come up with a better plan to help Smurfette out when she's in the thick of things here, to find a better entry.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I want to see that, you know, it's not really Smurfette that I'm looking at, it's the secondary player. It's a player who's going to kind of make the most of that position, maybe find it or try and, you know, deal with her in that smoke, but as it stands, there isn't that layer, and I want to see what Guild's approach is now, because I'm looking at the buy coming out. There are going to be issues with it. We can kind of dive into that once the round kind of kicks off here, but even on the other side, you look at what's happening. We talk about power positions. Yes, we saw Sonda popping that ult, but able to clear towards hell. That retake then looked really good, kind of working off the back. Got a little scary at times, but they still have 3 big ults there sitting with them that could be utilized whenever they need, able to navigate around maybe a poor economy for Flowerful if they feel like they have to. And on the other side, this is where it's down to crunch time. You're going to have the knives there for Smurfette if they feel they want to use them here. You do have the ult with Anya as well. But again, Bulldogs, Light Armor, Spectres, Potter, they are trying to just go to the draw, bits and pieces, odds and ends, just scrape anything together. This is the big round they have to deny tying this score back up from.
And they're all very much grouped up. All 5 members of Guild very much in this A main area. And as I say, this execute onto A with these ults hasn't been successful, but spotted is Flowerful.
How long does Flowerful stay here? Okay, respects the ult. Does he catch in on the site? I don't believe so. I think Laurie just dipped away towards CT potentially in time, so should be fine. But they can use the ult just to get the plant, and I think that's perfectly fine. I don't think there's much to deny it. I don't think, well, maybe they could. But no, actually Sonda not quite close enough anyway. So, as said, spike down. Let's see if they can keep this post-plant clean this time. Now they need to kind of construct this ultimate defense here, because they could be in trouble. There is utility being poured in. They've held it late to the post-plant. That's not bad. Lockdown comes in. Ness makes a meal of it, and suddenly there's a way back through. Smurfette holding on with both hands, finally falls to Flowerful. And now Anya and Roxy left in the corner. Surely Roxy's going to find Benita. And now with a couple of seconds remaining, one player does get detained. KP dives on in. What's the rest? What the hell is going on? Gun goes out! They've made an absolute mess of it. Flowerful now finally gets the gun back out after being locked down. But the time's ticking, and Roxy is there! It's 12 for Guild.
So much went down in this round. Round 22. I gotta re-look at that entire round.
Please, run it back for us.
At least 5 times. I mean, you saw Benita. She was on that flank. Even though the Killjoy ultimate had 3 seconds left, it forced Benita to knife out, run, to try to break it in time. But Roxy just turns around 180, one flicks her, which then results in KP getting detained. But Sandra thought she was fine, so she dives in on her own, gets punished. I mean, this round was just ridiculous.
I can't believe that's the one that's got them to 12. That's the crazy part in my mind, and Benny's only got a jump.
Okay.
That would look fully smoked to me. That looked fully smoked. Maybe there was a pixel that they noticed that they jumped out the window. Benny's still going to make it work. Maybe it's more than a judge in her hands. Seems perfectly happy with it, holding that smoke push up, and they could just fizzle away, and that one looked absolutely on the money. So what the hell do I know about this game? Flowerful does need to fall away from this, though. Give up some of that pressure they had built towards Garage.
Good control, nice pickoffs. And Benita, she's still holding her ground, as she should, with that judge. Oh boy, Guild. They're hoping that she's left.
She hasn't left. She has been waiting patiently the whole time. Benny could be the downfall. He goes one. What is that, Benita? Hits him a 180. Comes back around for the second time, taking him up to 11. They are now 1 away from OT again. It's OT or it's GG, and please let me see that clip of Benny somehow doing that for the Prime Gaming Flawless here. Show me this. Oh, come on, Benny. Come the hell on.
Look at that laugh. Look at that smile.
You know what you've done.
Even she's like, oh, that was all skill, baby. All aim, all skill.
Yeah. And do you know what the worst part of this for Guild is, though? They won the round, they lose the round, their money gets shattered. They've got ults and they need to use them perfectly, Potter. This has to be gorgeous, it has to be refined, it has to be the dream if they want to win here. And I haven't been seeing it up until this point. It's been scrappy, and Shopify Rebellion have been absolutely potent in all these approaches, trying to tee up Lori, but Claudia, very aware.
Very aware. Claudia's going to go ahead and use her ultimate as well. That should allow Guild to make it into the site. Shopify have been so good on the flank this time around, though. All 4 members were congregated towards the spawn. As I say that, KP and Sonder, they're going to make this flank happen.
And you're missing one of your heavy hitters. Lori has been game-changing in outcome. She's been able to pressure so much. This time, she's not here for this playback through, so this could be another problem. This could be the 1-1 on the line. They need to start this retake and start it fast. Stop that. Already so aware this on watching these back lines, but Flowerful dips the toe in and finds Smurfette. And now the trade from Anya from the side. The dive in comes in from heaven. The trades are coming out, and Benny's still standing. But the problem is the time started to dwindle, and Benny has to find Anya. A tap on the spike, and it's Anya! 13 to 11, the final moments. Benny this time.